Hello and welcome. You are listening to the Fertility in Focus podcast. I'm your host, Christina Burns, doctor of Eastern medicine and holistic fertility expert. In these weekly sessions, I'll be bringing you the best of advice on nutrition, lifestyle, and natural medicine to optimize your fertility. Let's jump into today's episode. Hey, today we are going to be talking about strength training for hormonal balance. And I'm getting a bit specific here because I've just been very excited about how catering something to you can really just change everything. And the reason why I'm a bit focused on strength training as opposed to, say, running or other aerobic exercise is because of the hormones. And, optimizing our hormones overall can help to optimize our fertility. And if we're doing the wrong kind of exercise and the wrong duration, what have you, that can actually be quite detrimental. So let's get into why I recommend a bit more strength training and a little bit less cardio exercise. And it's not as though you can't do any cardio, but just kind of really limit it. And in general, when you're trying to get pregnant, you don't want to over-exercise. I did another session on the research around exercise and fertility and how you really shouldn't exceed 4 hours per week of exercise. But let's talk about like the specifics of hormones as it pertains to strength exercising and particularly as we're aging. Because, a lot of the women I see a lot of young women too, but I also see a lot of women over the age of 35 and our hormones are changing. And so we're really looking to optimize our hormonal balance and promote certain hormones to be in abundance and lower other hormones. So let's get into that so that you have an understanding of, how you should be spending your time in exercise, because I think it is beneficial for the fertility process. So in both sexes, strength training stimulates the release of human growth hormone, aids in building muscle and burning fat. Strength training also increases insulin sensitivity, which helps control blood sugar and reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. And as well, the improvement of insulin resistance overall, which is in cases like PCOS, for example. And human growth hormone is being used to improve egg quality, for example. So, secreting more human growth hormone and reducing, the amount of fat stores can be helpful. Now, we don't want to get down to no fat stores because then we can stop having a period. We need some body fat. We don't want to be, maybe the most fit of our lives, but reducing some of the body fat can reduce a lot of inflammation, because inflammation is generally higher when we have more body fat composition. So strength training has also been shown to help regulate sex hormones like testosterone and estrogen, especially as men and women get older, as I mentioned before. As men age, for example, their testosterone levels often drop, and that can affect muscle growth, energy levels, and sexual function. So a lot of men that I see for fertility are on like Clomid or testosterone or, things to try to help them out. And I do see a lot of couples where, there's sexual dysfunction, meaning, like the husband may have trouble in performance, and strength training can actually help that. Women conversely produce less estrogen and progesterone as we get older, and that can increase the risk of things like osteoporosis, heart disease, and general hormonal dysregulation. One of the most common things I hear from women as we age is just the sticky weight, like the weight just doesn't come off, and that can be really frustrating. So strength training has been shown to stimulate production of sex hormones, like healthy levels of estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone in both men and women. And strength training routines, particularly that target the lower body in our major muscle groups. So doing exercises like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, rows, can really help to regulate blood sugar, help with hormonal balance, help with regulating cortisol and inflammation, and then also benefit fertility. So there are two types of hormones in relation to exercise: anabolic hormones, such as testosterone, human growth hormone, and insulin like growth factor. And these build new muscle and promote metabolic activity, like promote your metabolism, while catabolic hormones, so anabolic means to build. Catabolic means to break down. Catabolic hormones are ones like cortisol, which is your stress hormone, catecholamines, and progesterone. They break down cell protein and encourage fat retention. And both processes occur during exercise, but resistance training maximizes the anabolic hormones and keeps catabolic hormones to a minimum. And the catabolic hormones that I'm, more concerned about are like elevated levels of cortisol all the time that put your ovaries to sleep. And, the catabolic hormones just also aren't going to help you necessarily get rid of fat deposits. The catabolic hormones like cortisol will actually make you kind of retain it. And this becomes more of an issue as we age. And it also becomes more of an issue when we're under a lot of stress. So we're under a lot of stress. We don't want to do a lot of like aerobic activity like running and spinning, for example, because then we're secreting more cortisol. Those types of exercise secrete more cortisol, and it's actually exhausting us and exhausting our ovaries, and not even getting you the results you want. Like you might feel more elated, like you might feel better emotionally in the moment, but like physically it's actually tiring out your adrenal glands and tiring out your ovaries and not going to get you the physique type benefits. Like if you're looking to kind of like maybe trim down a little bit or get a little bit more tone, it's not going to provide you the benefit for your fertility either, because it's not going to help with the hormones. The like long bouts of aerobic activity like running and spinning, for example, are going to deplete your progesterone levels, and likely also it could lengthen your follicular phase, like make you ovulate later, and just in general not improve vitality and create more oxidative stress, which isn't good for your egg quality, for example. So basically, the recommendation is to focus on legs and glutes for at least like 2 sessions per week, doing those squats, lunges, that kind of thing. And you can also just go to, let's say, a bar class, for example, or a strength training class, or do it at home. I do find the bar classes, like this feminine type of strength workout, like where it's just like your own body workout, like where it's just like your own body resistance, is like very effective for this. And the lower body training is going to help with the hormonal balance. It's going to help not raise your cortisol level. It will keep the cortisol in balance. It'll keep your insulin and blood sugar sensitivity good and healthy, your glucose metabolism, so your sugar metabolism, and then your fat metabolism. And it also will help you with like stress and clarity, and it will be helping you achieve results with your physique that you want. Although I never suggest when you're trying to get pregnant to try to be in the best shape of your life, but it will help you take off some extra body fat by building the lean muscle, that might be actually beneficial for you, especially if you have PCOS or any kind of inflammatory condition that's affecting your fertility. And there's a lot of kind of secret inflammation these days affecting fertility, because inflammation is a lot of the time what's affecting our egg quality, causing oxidative stress. That's why everybody's taking antioxidants. But, I don't suggest taking like every antioxidant under the sun, like resveratrol and Tru Niagen and NAD and ubiquinol and and acai, like vitamin C, like there's a million, right? So you don't just take all of those. You want to be doing the type of daily activity, exercise, nutrition, mindfulness that's actually giving you that effect, rather than ingesting everything orally and having your body have to process all of that. And not to mention that you have to purchase all of it and manage all of it, right? So I'm, again, as per usual, promoting a lifestyle, like a balanced, hormone-friendly and fertility-friendly lifestyle. And these recommendations that I'm giving you, that are particularly good for women post-35, that you can carry this into perimenopause and menopause, and it's going to be really, really helpful for you. So there you go. I'm really happy you've tuned in and joined the community, and I'm so excited to bring you more helpful content with each episode. In order to make this podcast as helpful as possible, I want to hear your input on what questions you need answered to get you feeling empowered on your fertility journey. You can DM me on Instagram
at Naturna_life or at naturallycb to share your most important fertility related questions. And if you're enjoying this podcast, please follow and share with friends. My mission is to help as many women and couples as possible. And for that, I need your help. Yours, as always, in love and light, Dr. Christina.